Nathan, thanks for joining me today. I've been trying to shoot a specific topic right now for a little bit over an hour, and I'm using my iPhone to make these recordings, and it's been telling me that it doesn't have enough data. Well, I'm making short videos. And there was enough data last week, so I don't know what's going on now. So this brings me up to another topic I wanted to talk about, which is basically computers sort of ruling the world. Yeah. Because of my dyscalculia, numbers and certain types of inorganic sequences can be difficult, cause anxiety. For example, I like machines. I don't have a problem with machines, but I like machines that I can open up and look to see what the problem is. You cannot do that, obviously, with your smartphone. And it cancels out your warranty. Same with your laptop computer, your desktop computer. So they make it really hard for you to repair it, and they do that on purpose, or so I'm told. Me, I'm a visual thinker, so I want to see how things fit together. That's how I know how to manipulate them or make changes. Looking at a circuit board doesn't tell me anything. And because of that, I don't think most of us, me, my instincts do not help me out. They don't help me figure out how to get through the challenges. I can't appeal to the computer's compassion or ask it to be patient, or in a lot of cases ask for suggestions. Or if there are suggestions, maybe I don't know how to get to them. And you certainly can't force your phone to do what you want it to do. You see, data, numbers and letters and sequences, this is not found in nature. This is not what my brain was designed to do. My brain, you see, when I was young, teens, 20s, we talked about the left brain and the right brain. And the right brain was the creative brain, and the left brain was the functional, structured, methodical brain. And we all just said, well, okay, I'm a right brain person. And we kind of just write it off as that. And now we're talking about neurology. We're talking about literally the shape of my brain, the section in the front being a different shape. And I have noticed, Lord, have I noticed how difficult it is for me to buy a hat because the front of my head is so narrow compared to the back of my head. I sometimes say it looks like an egg or something. So that tells me that my brain, my skull, it's not normal. It's not a normal, anticipated, expected shape. Letters do not equate to language or to messages. If I say the word dog, that's just 3 letters with random sounds that we as a culture have assigned those sounds. That's not found in nature. Numbers, quantities, That's something that humanity cares about, but the rest of the universe doesn't. Squirrels don't keep an inventory of how many nuts they need. All right, well, somebody will tell me, oh, yes, they do. They have ways of scratching little notches in their trees or whatever. Those of us that struggle with dyscalculia, I have struggled with dyscalculia. I count on my fingers a lot. And that'll get you ridiculed. That'll make you stand out, make you self-conscious. And if you have different softwares from different developers or different versions of the softwares, they're going to put their pull-down menus in different places or their tools in different places. Sometimes the software you have to save the file. Other times you don't have to save the file. It automatically saves. Sometimes there's an option to control your leading and your kerning and things like that, and sometimes there isn't. And screens are very different. What's going to fit on your screen? How much is it going to edit around the edge? And what colors are going to look like? These are not standard things. These variables can become very overwhelming. And I don't see us becoming less dependent on digital data. I don't foresee some kind of major cultural shift where we no longer carry around telephones with us, or that the screens are going to get smaller, or that there's going to be fewer different apps that do the same sorts of things. So which one do you choose, and how many of these things? And so this is why I started making this video log, is because this is a troubling pattern for me. When I've gone online to find out like what kinds of careers are ideal for folks with dyscalculia, they usually talk about media. They talk about being a host of a chat show or something like that, or doing lighting for a television studio, or those sorts of things. Be a graphic designer. I'm going to tell you, being a graphic designer requires a lot of numbers. I did it. I was a graphic designer for more than 10 years. Well, a graphic artist, technically. For more than 10 years, I had to give numbers to printers and vendors, and I had to set parameters on the computer. There were lots and lots of numbers. When I got into doing two-dimensional animation, even more. It's not going to stop, and that could be very bad for people like me.